It's TJX Versace. We live. So I was thinking, you know what I'm saying? I was thinking, and I was thinking about this rat experiment because I just came across it, and something really stuck out to me about the whole rat experiment. And basically, let me break down what it was. So they had a couple of rats in a cage, a box, whatever, and then they had put nodes in the rat's brains. Now, when they first put the nodes in the rat's brains, they thought they were putting it in one part, but the part that they ended up putting it in was the pleasure receptor. Like basically, this node is directly connected to climax. So they put a button in the cage where the rats were at, and then the rats went up to the button and they pressed the button. And when they pressed the button, every time they pressed the button, it made them ski ski. So basically, the rats the rats stopped eating, they stopped sleeping, they stopped socializing, and rats are social. You know what I mean? They stopped doing everything, and they ended up dying because all they would do all day is just press the button, press the pleasure button, and just come all day, and they ended up coming so much that they died. And so when I think about that, I'm like, well, it makes me think about two things. The first thing is I think all creatures are susceptible to that, especially in the fast food culture that we live in. But the next thing is they were kind of smart, right? I mean, because they only did what I guess pleasure wise had a high ROI, return on investment. I mean, it's like at least they got a nut out the deal. I mean, we do things every day that have no ROI, and we don't even think about it. We date chicks that honestly suck, bro, and we just let it ride because you know what I'm saying. Whatever, we go to jobs that don't really pay that much because we're just in the motion. We're in flow of that lame thing, whatever it is, and so we just continue to do it. But is it really serving us? Is it really serving our purpose, our chief aim? You know what I'm saying? If you're dating in a market full of crackheads, should you still be dating in that market? If you're dating, let's say your hometown is a small town, whatever, and all the girls are exactly the same, you date one, you date them all. I mean, are we really getting the best return on investment? But then again, if we go to the city, I mean, are those chicks any better? I mean, there's all these things and factors that we have to factor in when we're talking about ROI. But the first thing that we have to understand with ROI is a goal. I mean, how many situations do you go into where you actually have a goal and then you can actually assess people and deal with people off of whether or not they fit into your goal? Are we even thinking like that? Because we should be. The rats were. You know what I'm saying? The rats knew whenever they went to sleep, if they did go to sleep, they knew exactly what they were doing from the beginning to their day to the end of their day, and they got it done. They did it till they died, dude. I mean, so we gotta think about that. I mean, we're going to the club. What's the ROI at the fucking club, bro? You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, if you're Chris Brown, you go in there, everybody's lined up, and you go home with a gang of chicks. But just on the average, bro, if you're not some type of super hyper famous person, no, bro, no. Even if I was a super hyper famous person, I would not go to the club. Here's why: the ROI is trash from a experience perspective. I go there, I dance. The hoes come up, whatever. We do our thing. That's great, but here's where I'm at with it, right? Where I'm at with it is, hold that, dog. Yeah, so what about experience, bro? I mean, like, if I'm in the club, I don't want niggas telling me, oh, you gotta wear this, or we close at this certain time, or fuck, bro, no. I'm not doing that. I don't have to, okay? You know what I mean? I'm gonna throw a party and we're all gonna get drunk and do yay until who knows when, you know what I mean? Whatever, we might do it 2, 3 days, who cares? I mean, we'll be up. I mean, I don't know. The point is this, is that what's the goal, bro? What's the goal? We have to think about the goal in every single interaction that we're involved in, or we're wasting our time. Time is the greatest asset and the greatest commodity that we have as humans, as living creatures, because we're all gonna clock out, check out at some point. You know what I mean? So we have to think about what is the return on investment for my engagement in this situation? Let's say it's a chick. What's the return on investment? Is she for the streets? You know what I mean? Is she a homie hopper? Is she, uh, does she actually, is she actually compatible with me? Does she actually listen to me when I talk? Do I actually listen when she talks? Do I actually care about anything she says? Or am I just there to hit? And if that's your goal, okay, cool. But leave it at that, right? And if your goal is more, then we gotta have some type of standard here. We gotta have, you know what I mean? We can't just keep going to the same ponds, and we can't just keep hunting or, fishing the same fish. So my point is if we want sharks, fellas, we gotta think about what bait we're using. We gotta think about where we're going. We can't fish for sharks in the pond, and we can't fish for uh, salmon. You know what I mean? In the delta. So so the whole thing is we just got to be mindful of this in every interaction. We have to make sure that we're getting to the bottom line, which is ROI. Am I wasting my fucking time? We don't have time for that. So just think about that. Just next time you're out, next time you're doing something, what's the ROI? Next time you're eating a fucking McDonald's cheeseburger, what's the ROI for your body, bro? You know? We gotta think about these things, bro, and take that shit serious. And then so that way we start getting better ROIs out of every single engagement, and it leads for a better quality life. And that's the game. So tell me what y'all think. Maybe I missed something within the idea. You know what I mean? Let me know. In the meantime, subscribe.